Hi everyone, today I'm in Whitby. So I'm in Whitby in North Yorkshire, which is a seaside town. I'm actually here for the Eskdale Festival of the Arts National Choir Day, as my sister is singing in the choir. But while I'm here for a nice day out, I thought I'd show you all Whitby, a fantastic Yorkshire seaside. If you've not been here before to the Yorkshire Coast, it's just stunning. It's beautiful. Have a look at this. Just look at that. There's nothing like the sea air. It might be a bit breezy, still early in the year, but it's just so beautiful. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour on what you can see in Whitby. Some of the things that Whitby is famous for. It's got a fantastic abbey, which we'll see. Also Dracula, lots of Dracula things. If you've read Bram Stoker's Dracula, you'll know that Whitby is one of the places where Dracula came. So we'll see some Dracula bits out and about as well. Oh, this is cute. They have a whole heritage walk by the looks of it. And there's lots of different things on the walk that you can see. That's cool. I'll see how many of them I can see on my way. Here's the statue for Captain Cook. Captain Cook is very famous here in Whitby. The ships used by Captain Cook were built here in Whitby. There's a lot of Captain Cook's history here in this town. Rightly positioned over the sea. Fantastic. These are the Whitby whalebones. A few hundred years ago, whaling was a really big thing here. And these whalebones have been here a long time as a symbol of everything that used to happen. It's a jawbone of a whale. Now it's a great big photo op for everybody. You can see Whitby Abbey over there in the distance. We will be going over there later. 199 steps it is to get up to Whitby Abbey. I'll be stopping up on the way a few times, I think. I don't die on the way up. I've come down a little now into more of the town, I suppose. There's all kind of stuff going on down here. You can see there's little boats that you can take a tour on. Bigger boats. This is actually the fish quay. So fishing takes place down here. Lots of fish and seafood for you to eat. Having fish and chips is a big thing here on the Yorkshire Coast. You've got to have fish and chips when you're here, and me and my sister will be having that later. See, there's a pirate boat trip on the Black Pearl. Look at that. You've got some amusement arcades down here. You've even got an open top bus tour that you can do around Whitby. So there's all kinds of stuff. The RNLI lifeboats have been going for so many years, and the work that they do is amazing. If you don't live by the coast, it's probably not something that you're that familiar with, but if you ever go to a seaside, I would say to check out anything that's relating to the lifeboats. It's just so fascinating, and everyone being volunteers. The things that they do to save people out at sea, it's just amazing to me. I've just been into the RNLI, Royal National Lifeboat Museum. I think the work that the lifeboats do is amazing. They're a charity. They don't get paid like the other emergency services do. So I've shown you around the museum a little bit. I nipped into the shop, spent a few quid. Always make sure to do that whenever I see a lifeboat shop because they do amazing work. So yeah, that's the old lifeboat station in Whitby, now changed into a museum. They do have another bigger lifeboat station where the current lifeboat is kept and where the volunteers work out of now. So it's a valuable service that we couldn't do without. So if you get a chance to support them at any point, my recommendation would be to go for it. This looks interesting. Oh wow. That's crazy. What they've done here as a memorial to what happened. Amazing. That's a massive shell, isn't it? I can't even describe how much I love being by the sea, especially here at the Yorkshire Coast. We were brought up coming here, and the sea air, just the way it smells, the sound of the seagulls, the sound of the waves. I just love it, honestly. It's a fantastic place to spend some time, just wandering around doing nothing even. Now we're out of season, so this is not currently in use, but in the summer, this little paddling pool will be absolutely heaving. And I remember coming to other ones like this when I was little over here on the coast. So this is your classic UK seaside paddling pool. Like I say, we're not in season yet, so it's not being cleaned for the year, but it'll be cleaned up nice. And then over there, you've got your crazy golf. I got banned from playing crazy golf when I was about 12 because I used to paddy when the balls didn't go where I wanted them to. So I'm a bit better now, a little less competitive. So again, seaside crazy golf, there's nothing like it. And it looks like we've got something else here from the Heritage Trail. So we can have a look at this one. I appear to be going backwards on the Heritage Trail, but you know. Looking right out to sea in his crow's nest. I really like that actually. I'm not generally an arty-farty person, but I like that. They're all about the steps here in Whitby, so just that is something to bear in mind. This is a cute little signpost. Gives you the distance to lots of different places. Another thing that's in memory of good old Captain Cook. I've got a couple of hours now, so I am going to walk all the way to the Abbey up the 199 steps. Over there's the open top bus I mentioned earlier. The Whitby Town Tour. We'll see how much time I have from the Abbey. Maybe I'll get on it up there so I don't have to go all the way down and all the way back up here again. We shall see. Over the way there, we've got the new lifeboat station with the new lifeboat in contrast to the old one that we looked at earlier. And then behind me, we have the Dracula Experience. I did have a look at going here to show you what it was like. It is only £5, but they use live actors, and I felt like I would be pooping in my pants, and that would not be fun for anybody to watch. And you can see down there the trips out on the sea that you can get on a boat. I'm walking on the pavement but looking at the sea. Makes me feel like I'm bobbing up and down. I just bobbed down here to the harbour side to have a quick nose around at the boats and see what's going on. Also had a quick look at the Humble Pie and Mash shop. I'd read online that that was a place to go, but we're having fish and chips later. It did say there was takeaway, but it still looks like full-on meals. I was hoping there was something smaller I could grab for lunch, but it doesn't look like it. It looks good though, and if I wasn't having fish and chips, I would definitely be up for some pie and mash. I love me some pies. But here we are down at the harbour. I'll show you. Lots of boats going on. Fishing is still a big industry here. There's a very famous fish shop called the Magpie Fish and Chips, and they still do all their own fishing. They fish, catch and serve their own food. I think a lot of the places here do that. I've just seen a sign to say there is a fish and chips festival later on in the year to celebrate the heritage of fishing in Whitby, and I think that's awesome. They do a lot here celebrating their history. Every year they have a goth festival. That's actually next weekend, and that's because of the link to Dracula. So there's a lot of stuff. People come here all dressed up every year for the whole weekend. All kinds of stuff goes on. But if that's your kind of thing and you're not too far away, from what I understand, it's a really good weekend to be here in Whitby. Another of the things that Whitby's famous for is Jet, the gemstone. And there's not in this shop here. This is the only sell locally found jet. I love it. It's a black gemstone. We came near here with school when I was a kid. We were all hunting for jet on the beach and all the rocks. Okie dokie. So I made it through the town, well, through the little cobblestone roads, which was absolutely heaving. And here I am, about to start up the 199 steps. I am not filming my way all the way up the steps because I'm going to be dead by the time I've finished. But I do believe there are benches on the way. I shall be stopping. But it'll be a beautiful view at the top. I made it. Oh, God, them steps are a killer. They're only quite shallow steps, but they don't have to do your knees in. And take your breath away, as you can tell. Not quite at the Abbey. This is St Mary's Parish Church, which is almost at the Abbey. I just stopped 2 minutes to get my breath. Looks like they're having some work done, but I'll head inside and have a look. I do love looking at churches. I think they're beautiful. But that's just my opinion, not everybody's cup of tea. Totally get it. But what you can't beat is this sea view. Made it. So, as you can see from the sign, Whitby Abbey is an English heritage property. So if you want to go in and have a proper tour around, there is a charge to do that. I will not be doing that today because I don't have the time to make it worth the cost, but I will show what I can show and the view from up here once you make it. So here we are at the entrance, and it's right on the cliff top. So it must have been so amazing and imposing when it was fully built. So this is it then, behind me. One of the biggest draws for people coming to Whitby. Whitby Abbey. It's fantastic ruins, really, and just a wonderful location up here on top of the cliffs. And I made it to the top of the 199 steps and did not die. So get in, because I am very unfit. But yeah, there we go, Whitby Abbey. When I went into St Mary's Church, there's a sign on the door that says, please do not ask where Dracula's grave is, because there isn't one. Now, when I came here on a school trip when I was a kid, there was like a dugout grave that was all concreted in the shape of like a person, like somebody had come out of it, that was supposedly Dracula's grave. So I'm guessing just with having the goth weekend here and the amount of people that come, they've got rid of it. I'm sure I took some photos when I came. No, I was about 10 years old. But yeah, it definitely used to be there. I remember lying in it when I was a kid. But now we've made it up here. I'm going to walk back down the 199 steps, see what else I can find. I'll try and show you on the way down the cobblestone street. It's full of like Whitby Jet shops and other things. So I'll try and show that as I make my way down the street. I will film myself going back down because I'm less likely to die. While I'm on my way back down, I will let you know that you do not have to walk up these stairs to get to the Abbey. There is a car park up there, and that open top bus also stops up there. I've just seen it. It looks like it does like a round trip about every half hour, according to the signs. And it's £8.50 per adult, and your tickets are valid for 24 hours. So I think that's pretty good. Having seen a couple of people stop on the stairs on their way up, not being able to make it, I'm quite proud of my little self. Not gonna lie. That time at the gym is clearly paying off. There's a massive ramp down there as well, should you want to walk up step free. But I feel like that might do your knees more harm than the steps. I saw number 2. I reckon somewhere between here and where I was before then are numbers 3 to 6. See if we can find those on the way. Oh my goodness. Look at this, see, look at all that whitewash. It's just amazing. I just love it. It's now 6:30. We've finished at the Eskdale Festival of the Arts National Choir Day. And that's my sister over here. Where is she? There you go. They got a first place and 2 second places, so yay. And now we're going for fish and chips, and the wind has died down and it's now a beautiful day, and I'm all squinty in the sunlight. So pretty. Now it's time for fish and chips. found another one, number 9, herring girls. Over here. There they are, look. We've just had tea, fish and chips at the Fisherman's Wife. Holly was going to join in on the vlog, but I've lost my voice. I sang too hard. She did too much singing today and has lost her voice, so she's not going to say a great deal. But it was good fish and chips. Expensive-ish, I would say, for fish and chips. But we were inside, we were at a sit-down restaurant. It wasn't like just down on the front at the seaside. But the chips were good, they weren't dry. Cooked in beef dripping, my granddad would have liked that. He loved a good fish and chips. The fish was, it was crispy on top, but it was a little bit greasy on the bottom. Well, mine was yours alright? Sorry. So yeah, so that's the fish and chips, and we're gonna go try and get some ice cream now. Maybe some ice cream will help. We'll see. Hi everyone, back at my mum's at the end of a long but good day in Whitby. It's been a really good day. I was able to enjoy the music festival, but also have a few hours wandering around the town. So I love Whitby. It's a really lovely seaside town. Hopefully you've enjoyed seeing bits of it today. And if it's not somewhere that you've been before, hopefully I've shown you a little bit that makes you think, maybe that's somewhere we could go. But anyway, that's everything from me. So thank you very much for watching. If you've liked the video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click that notification bell so that you know when all our videos drop. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.